Yeah, yeah. Three experts, one mission. Your business, your answer. Strike Force, three superheroes for your business. Tips, advice, and the right move. Bring your questions, we'll break it through. Strike Force, three. Let's get to work.
Okay. Good morning from California, everybody, and our guests, Nigel and Cliff. Each Tuesday, we, the Strike Force 3, have decided to have this 45 minutes tactical business sprint for 45 minutes, I said. And why? Because we want people come in and ask their the most challenging and annoying business questions. And we get the feedback from us and immediately implement it in their businesses. I introduce Lara and our media expert and AI expert, Charmaine, is a financial advisor and she's expert on money. Yes, how to save it and how to. And I'm Neda as your business consultant and advisor, and I'll give you some business advice if you have any questions. Without further ado, I pass it to my best friend, Charmaine.
All righty. Well, welcome to Strike Force. And we're going to introduce ourselves. So my name is Charmaine Holland. I am the financial consultant. I have been doing finance for the past 30 years as a CFO for corporate. And I started my business during the recession. I help small business entrepreneurs and corporations with their finance. And so I'm going to pass it over to Laura so she can introduce herself.
Hi, I'm Laura. I'm the CEO of Kaleidoscope Media Services, and I help businesses modernize their customer journey, anywhere from getting that lead generation to prospects to converting them to a customer to raving fans to continue that revenue cycle in your business. I do that through process automations, AI, and really understanding the deliverables of the business owner. Netta, give yourself a formal introduction.
Thank you so much. I'm a CEO of Neda's Consulting. And in my firm, we help the business owners to identify where the company is stuck, and then how we can just moving forward tactically and proven scientifically. Since I have a scientific background, I look at everything as a system. So creating a system and then talk about those or tackle those obstacles and moving forward. My philosophy is to always one at a time. And I prioritize the problems and where we can help and which one we do it first and fix it first to bring the money for the business owners. So there are 22 levels in each company, from prices, from market dominant positioning. The market dominant positioning is where the most business owners have some problem because they cannot bring more leads or visibility. And then we go all other pricing, cross-selling, down-selling. The list is very big. And then when we get to our kind of digital marketing, I strategize. We get the message done and pass it to Laura to get the rest done. And when it's coming to the money, we know what is going on. I pass it to Charmaine, and Charmaine can do the rest of the job, and we make a complete business strategy and operational part. Thank you, Charmaine. It's you.
All righty. So today we are doing a business reality check. Let's see where you really are. We're asking you, Cliff and Nell, answers that you can just put in the chat, or you can just think of it, come up with your answers privately. So these questions are intended for you to think about the actions that you must have for your business. So as a financial consultant, my first question is, do you know your profit margins without looking at them or looking them up?
Wow.
So it's something to think about.
That's when it comes to the money, you get shaky.
Yes. All righty. So now I'm going to pass it to Laura.
Great. My question is, do you have a predictable lead generation process?
That's a good one.
Yes,
Ladies, could you please just put your questions on the chat so they can see it? The questions. Thank you so much. And on the strategy question, if your best employee quit tomorrow, would your business keep running smoothly?
Too much reliant, huh?
Yeah, that's it. Let me just put my question on the chat. Okie dokie.
Go ahead, Charmaine.
All right. And so my next question will be, does more than 20% of your sales come from a single customer? Which is really important to know your percentages of your customers that keep your business thriving. All right, Laura, next question. And please don't hesitate to put answers in the chat so we can read them.
Yeah, or turn on your microphone and talk. If it's easier.
Hey, mine is, do you have a system that turns your visibility into the next steps, which would be conversations, that turns into appointments with you, that takes the next move into a sales opportunity? You have a structured system for that.
Okay, I put the Laura's Charmaine's 2 questions on the chat. It's a 1 and 2. I put mine the first one, and this is my second question.
Well, let's go one more round, ladies. One more round of questions.
Okay. This is do you have a document growth plan for the next 90 days? This is the second. So each one of us had 2 questions, right?
Mm-hmm.
And to summarize it, my question was, if your best employee quit tomorrow, would your business keep running smoothly? And the second one, do you have a documented growth plan for the next 90 days? And Charmaine's was, do you know your profit margin without looking it up? Could you clearly explain where every dollar of revenue goes? You know? And on our Laura's side, we have, do you have a system that turns visibility into actual conversation, appointments, or sales opportunity? And the second one was, do you have a structured client journey? Was it this one, Laura?
Oh, no. Do you have a predictable lead generation process?
Yeah. Do you have a predictable lead generation process? So 6 questions.
So that's just something for you to think about and reflect, or maybe you're going, oh, I should know that. And that's why we do these, right, ladies?
Yep, we just bring awareness. And when we bring the awareness and making these questions, We don't need to, it's good to, if you know the answer right away, it's good to share. So other entrepreneurs can actually learn about it. The community that we are building, it's to entrepreneurs helping each other to grow. And why kind of answering these questions, you know where your business is kind of missing information, or there is a broken link. Because my analogy is like that. Every any business is like a manufacturer or factory, or in my case, a cell. So we have all other organelles in our cells, right? We have lysosome, liposome. I think Nigel understands that very well. But if each one of these components inside the cell, one cell, doesn't work properly, the cell goes to the apoptosis. What that means that the cell is going to go to program death. And this is very good actually in the nature to have that. So a business is like a factory. Each factory has different steps as well, right? And that one, if any of them is broken, the system is out and the factory may collapse. So that's why we bring these questions, this awareness. And if people want to go deeper, then we have 4 hours, half a day. This answering is a master class. We don't sell anything. We're just coming here to bring knowledge to our audience and guests. So 4 hours, Tuesday the 16th, next in Newport Beach. I can, at the end, I send you the information where we provide some breakfast and snacks and have fun. We all three are fun.
It will be a live diagnostic, actually,
Exactly.
for your business, kind of like a mastermind. So,
okay, Cliff answered. Thank you so much, Cliff. He said, have not established a profit margin. Charmaine, he's well. I have not established a lead generation system. Okay, I think Laura and I, we can help in this one. I have not hired a staff person yet. This is my arena to help you to choose the best one, and even how to interview them based on your needs. And that's very important, that you want somebody not just coming out of the college or not even college, or a board is in Philippines or somewhere, that they don't know what is going on. Okay, and you have to spend lots of time to teach them, and there's no guarantee they're going to stay. So there is a strategy for getting an employee, keeping them, and making them work in your business. I have not hired, the percentage of my customer base is more than 40%. When it comes to money, Charmaine is your way. Okay, I'm going to repeat the other questions as well.
That's good. Cliff, do you mind sharing like what stage you are in your business? Are you startup or launch or established for a few years?
I'm established for a few years. My organization is a not-for-profit organization. We're a mission-based organization, so the income that we have received have been very small grants. So I do a lot of pro bono work as a life purpose coach and a minister. So I'm speaking into people's lives. So I don't really charge a fee to my clients. A lot of it has been volunteer. However, I do have a podcast now, and now I'm at that space now where I'm starting to generate more of a following, and so the goal is to generate paid advertisers for my podcast, and then I'm an author, so hopefully to start selling more of my books through my podcast and getting paid life purpose coach clients. So that's the overview. So I'm at that stage now where you know I'm looking for the revenue to start coming in.
Sure. And even a not for profit, I just had a conversation with a client yesterday. They said, you keep on using the term, Laura, build a business, build a business. This isn't a business, it's a nonprofit. I said, I understand that. So let's substitute the word build a business to build a structure. Because when you have those funds
Yes.
and resources, then you can do stronger impact. I understand it's not lining people's pockets, but as a salary, but it's the more you can build structure and gain those resources, the more impact you can have on your cause, right? So, and they said, wow, that's a good reframe versus building a business, so.
Yeah, I like that too.
Yeah.
Yeah, and then I can add that when we get the sponsors, because I am in 4 different nonprofits organizations, and I can see when we are going to fundraising and asking sponsors to join us, most of these sponsors, they are business owners, and they want to treat the nonprofits as a business.
Mm-hmm.
And that's why we need to have that business structure, as Laura said, that there is a system working well, because although the sponsors are paying for by heart, but at the same time they want to get I think Charmaine knows the best part that better, they want to pay off their write up on their tax return, right, Charmaine?
Mhm.
They wanted to, so it's a business for them. Some of them even they want just to be recognized, and your podcast, Cliff, is the best way to bring them in and talk to them, to your sponsors, so they have a stage to all other people gonna see them, and it's an advertisement for their business. At the same time, these business owners have a lots of other people in their community, and you are going to be recognized in their community. So it's a win-win situation, but in a very business-driven vision.
Yes, yes. I would like to tie in. So, Cliff, it's excellent what you're doing. I want to say that I heard you mention that you're getting grants for your revenue, but your expenses, but you're doing more as in teaching and doing everything, and your life coaching is pretty much free for right now. But I will say that it is opening other doors and other opportunity that Netta just mentioned. The more you doing the podcast and everything, you're telling people what you doing, they getting a feel of you, which will open up doors where you can tell more about what you're doing, where you might get the donors or you might get people who might want your coaching. So that's good as the way you're doing it. So don't stop, because that's going to bring revenue. And unfortunately, as a financial consultant, we must understand that it takes the work, which is your expenses, right? It takes expenses, the work, to generate revenue, right? So that's what you're doing. You're putting in the work, and sometimes we don't know what the dollar amount is of the work that we're doing, but eventually it will be able to be sustainable enough where you can see the percentage of your expenses and revenue once you see it on paper. And then also that goes for, I think, Nigel, that's his name.
Nigel.
Forgive me, Nigel. He mentioned that he doesn't have his percentage. And I was going to ask, do you even have a P&L that you use monthly that you look at? Because if so, it could be easy for you to come up with your percentage by looking at your bottom line and seeing your revenue, so you can know exactly what's really happening, because it's the expense that really offsets your revenue, so you can really see the bottom line of your percentage. So I just wanted to share that. Okay, ladies.
Thank you, ladies. Nigel, do you want to talk? Come on in the microphone and answer those questions. I put all the questions in the chat, and just have maybe other questions that you have from us. And our esteemed guests, Nigel and Cliff, if you have, besides these questions that we brought it up, if you have any other specific question that you would like for us to answer, please ask.
This is the opportunity to have three of us, three experts work on one mission, and that's you and your business. Nigel doesn't have any questions. Okay.
I
What
do.
about Cliff? Cliff, you got any questions?
Yes.
Yes. Let's see. Okay. So yes, would any of you benefit from some paid advertising on my podcast? And if so, I can share the link to my podcast as well. And so my background prior to the work that I do was in advertising, jingles, voiceovers, marketing, and advertising. So I do have a platform available to produce commercials for you all and distribute commercials. It's on Roku, Amazon Fire TV, on my own platform, as well as YouTube. So, and the theme of my podcast is Quarterback Daddy interview series. So my target audience are fathers and men and future fathers. So especially, since you all are in the finance world, many of those men who I am targeting, I'm sharing content to help them to feel empowered to be better leaders of their families and feel good about themselves. So I can share the link to it. And if you think that would be a good audience for you to have exposure to, we can work out a fee that is comfortable for you. And Netta's going to come to my Father's Day brunch as well. So thank you, Netta.
Sure.
Clifford, is your podcast on Roku?
It is on Roku, yes.
Okay, super. Yes, please put in the link.
Okay.
Very interested in learning more.
Oh, sorry.
Yeah, interested in learning more, and I can spread the word as well. So,
thank you.
Yes, I will. Yeah, you put the link in. I would love to tune into your podcast and see exactly what you're doing. And I'm also yes, and I can see you doing some advertisement with you as well on something else that I do. But also, you mentioned Onita is coming to your father brunch. Does that mean are we invited to come?
Yeah.
You're most certainly invited to come. It's a $25 donation.
Okay.
But yes, you are invited to come. I can put the flyer in the chat as well.
Okay.
I can send it forward. I have the flyer, Cliff. I'm gonna forward.
Okay.
Okay. Super.
The link and everything. I have that.
See, look at that, Cliff.
Bring the fathers in your life. Whether it's your father, your brother, your husband, your nephews, or whatever.
I have a new baby daddy son-in-law.
Okay, well,
his first Father's Day.
Aww.
Wow, that would be wonderful, and we'll have some time for networking as well, so you'll get a chance to meet some of the others and share what you do.
Okay, wonderful. I love that.
So we have just 15 minutes left to our end of our session, and Cliff, have you ever heard any challenging question from other people that not necessarily working in a nonprofit kind of world, but they are coming to you because as a coach, they are coming to you. They want some information, and then what is the most challenging question that they ask?
Financing. That's always the number one problem, is whether they or how do they get working capital. And that's the same thing for me. That's what I'm at that place now where working capital. And so, yeah, working capital. I mean, there are other things that come up, but the majority of the time, working capital is um, the number one problem that most business owners that I've experienced share.
But the thing is, they don't get the capital is the symptom. What is the problem? Why they don't get that capital? This is the difference. Most people, I think the 90%, they talk about the symptoms, but they don't, or they don't know, or they didn't think. They are just, when we go to the doctor, we say, oh, here is painful. And then the doctor has to ask, oh, yeah, so last week I hit my shoulder somewhere. That's the pain reason for that pain. And then when they say they cannot get the capital, I am sure Charmaine can come up and try and say why. But at the business strategy point, that's somewhere they are not doing the correct things. That's why they are not getting the capital that they need. And I'm saying that because I help startups in the scientific world, like biopharma and startups. They ran out of money of the family and friends and their own at the beginning, because they have to put a lot on the research and all this, and then they dried up. Now they are looking for VCs. Now they are looking for angels to come and give them money. This is the gap. When I saw that I cannot help them and they cannot get the money they need for the rest of their research, I went to the VCs and angels. I start making connections with them to know what is in their heads. And then, several of them and say, Neda, they are brilliant. We know that this innovation and this idea, this product, this drug, it's going to help a lot, but they don't have business foundation. That's why I am closing this gap between the science and between the business. Business is a business. It doesn't matter what type of the business you have. And next time ask them, tell me the truth about your pain. Where is causing that pain? Yeah, Charmaine, do you have anything to add?
Yes. And thank you, Neda, for what you said, because that's true, the information. But I will say that a lot of people, Cliff, you're not alone. And as Neda shared, and as you share with all the other men that you're talking to, it's just that a lot of people are not at the right place for people to give you the money. And sometimes people don't know you. So if they don't know you and don't know what you're doing, they're not going to give you the money. I have people who been doing the work for 25 years. So just recently, this lady got a $5 million grant because she's been doing it. This is her 25th year of doing service in the community. She had made a name for herself that people know her, and she goes to the investors. And I think that's one of the problems that a lot of us have. We don't know who to go to. And so as the business that we're putting together, the Strike Force 3, we are partners. We'll tell you who to go to and how to get the money and how to approach the people so you can be successful.
Yes, I'm glad that you shared that, because is not always just that they don't um, have access to it. They don't know where to go.
Correct.
And including myself, I'm learning to know where to go. And so I'm thankful that I met Neda, and I met Neda through Sanjay, and I've known Sanjay for over 10 years. So, and at the time that I met Sanjay, I was working for another nonprofit, and now that I'm on my own, so that networking and knowing how to connect with the right people, that is the thing. And as you're sharing, Charmaine, is that you do have to be ready. You have to have, your paperwork in order and all of that. And fortunately, I'm at I'm in that place. All of my 501c3 paperwork is done, and you can look me up and see that I'm in line with the IRS and the Franchise Tax Board, all that. But it takes time,
Yes.
and then it takes, knowledge, learning, meeting with people like yourself. So I'm really glad to hear that you all are sharing that. And I think the timing is really good for me. And then, and I'm also a fund development director on my job. So I have a little bit of, knowledge, along those lines with, corporations and large churches. But at the same time, I recognize that I need help myself. And that's the thing that I try to speak to the men about, is that you have to be willing to humble yourselves and be able to receive advice and instruction from those that know more than you do.
Yes, absolutely. Well, I want to say this, Cliff. You're doing amazing already. You putting on an event for fathers, and so you're bringing in revenue. So just continue to keep trying to do events. That's your start, and that's how people gonna know more about you. So this is a little extra bonus. I always throw them extra ones to you, but continue having more of these events and getting with the brothers and say, okay, what kind of next event that we can put together to bring more men. So you should have a meeting. I'm sorry, event every month for $25 because one brother know another brother know another brother, right? And so if you keep doing this will help you to grow that revenue that you're looking for. So I just want to just commend
Thank
you
you.
on that, because brothers definitely do need help. There's so many programs for women, but I don't hear a lot for brothers. And the more you do it, the more you will increase your revenue.
And Charmaine, I love that monthly event because $25 a head, it's a regular, whether that's the third Sunday of the month or whatever it is. Maybe it's going to be a breakfast all the time. I don't know. But that's a great, easy activity, right? Easy activity, a repetitive activity that he can do for fundraising and awareness. I work with the Veterans Organization, and that's what they do. They have a whiskey and cigar smoking like the third Thursday at some golf course. And that's what they do. They charge money to come and attend to drink whiskey and smoke cigars. Okay. But they raise a lot of money, every Thursday. And sometimes they may have a drawing added to that because that's more money than the $25,
They
right?
make them drunk and then they write the check.
That's right. That's the best fundraising right there. Cliff, I'll get your information from Netta as well. I work with a company called the Impact Squad, and they create street teams for nonprofits to either increase awareness or go out there and fundraise based on the nonprofit's mission. And a lot of times it is younger people that are trying to get awards and scholarships. So it's their way of supporting the community and showing their community involvement by fundraising for nonprofits. That's what the street teams are about. And that way they can put on their college essays that they worked with this nonprofit, and get awards for their, for college entrance and all that. So I'll make that introduction to Claire for you.
And then we are
thank you so
our
much.
own community as well, Laura. Yeah, right. It's
right.
mixed. It's not just for men, but it's for women, young people, and then even those people that are thinking later. For example, they are working 10 years in a company, in a corporate. Now they are planning, and they are going to be very wise to planning if they wanted to be an entrepreneur. Start learning and knowing that there is a community out there that can support them. But they, as you said, Cliff, very well, they have to be open-minded. Even Bill Gates has still coaches. I went on the JT Fox, the whole day event. He was talking amazingly 12 hours. I don't know how. But the thing is, he put a kind of video. He's a billionaire. He still have 2 coaches. And it's so interesting. He has a coach that the right side brain
that is more emotional. So it works with him with the emotional part. And the left side coach is more analytical coach. And they taught him, or they're actually teaching them how to be accountable, logical, and then put the money in. And he is doing very well, actually.
Oh, that's good. That's a good um that's good insight. Yes.
Yeah, so everybody needs coaches. And then if you think that, I'm sure that um, if you wanted to come to our 4 hours next week on the 16th, 4 hours master class, not like other master class that I've been, and 2/3 of the master class they were selling their products. We are
80% of them, 80% of them.
yeah, JT Fox was just 2 hours selling thing. Anyway, it's not. It's very dense, but very productive, interactive. Please bring those men that they want to. It's just half a day, and they get out of for the years information to go out and implement in their business. Please just I share it with you, and then just share it with those community. Hopefully, we can see them.
Yes, absolutely.
Wrap
And
us up. Oh, go ahead, Charmaine.
oh, I'm sorry. And I was just going to add to it. Absolutely. It really be powerful to really get the ignition started again. You know, sometimes we might be a little slow because we be doing something for so many years. And so now is a new way of doing something. So we'll get that ignition wind up a little bit more for you to give you some real content that can really help you with the new trend that's going on, and then even input of how to look for the right people to get the money that you're looking for. And so we have so many different strategies we can help you with. You know, I help entrepreneurs become millionaires. And so I'm really successful in that area, but it will take time, and it does require work. And it seems like you and Miguel is already doing the work, but you just need a little bit more fuel to the fire to help you going.
So what I hear you, Charmaine, if he rolls up in a Prius, he's going to take off in a Ferrari, is what you're going to say?
No. Mentally, yes. Don't mean physical. Because listen, I have known so many millionaires. They comfortable driving that Prius. They don't go out there and get all fancy. They got business after business after business, and they so comfortable driving that Prius, right? But
that's what I mean. Mindset.
The mindset is everything, you know. So that's what you'll get with us.
Okay.
Go ahead, Laura. I'm sorry.
So we are getting to the last 4 minutes of our meeting. It was very good, Cliff. I want to just thank you to come in and interact with us, because this interaction, we wanted to keep it live, and we want this interaction. Is this exactly in the master class? That's why we keep it very small, so people can talk to each other and with us, because we are bringing lots of fun and quizzes and prizes.
Okay.
Yeah, it's very fun. And then the last part, there is one thing, ladies. These are one last thing that we can provide today. For me, is the biggest strategy mistake I see, and my answer is the biggest strategy mistake is that without building the foundation, they are going further. It seems that they wanted to make it from reverse and coming back to the foundation. What that means, I always give this example. If you want to build a castle, which is your business, and it's a Lego castle, if you don't make that foundation strong, whatever towers or whatever you put it on top, it's going to tumble soon. So the biggest mistake is they want to go to the digital marketing right away before fixing their positioning. And I am talking about the market dominant positioning a lot, because this is the biggest mistake that people do without distinguish themselves they are running and going to and that's why Laura can affirm that sometimes after 2-3 months they come back, oh, I don't see anything on any traction. Okay, you didn't follow stuff. And this is my takeaway for today. And Charmaine, what is your biggest?
All righty. So again, thank you, Cliff and Nigel, for showing up. We really appreciate it. And please share other people that we do this every Tuesday from 11:15 to 12. And you can ask us any questions and we'll share questions and answers with you. So my takeaway is, be careful of the blind spots. You know, many business owners do not keep a track of every dollar, you know, and sometimes they end up paying Uncle Sam too much because they don't keep a track of the expenses that go out. You know, sometimes they'll use a credit card, but if the credit card is not on a P&L, or they'll use cash and they forget to say, hey, wait a minute, that was an expense that I can use or whatever. So, you know, nobody wants to give Uncle Sam no tip. So my suggestion is wherever you go, make sure you ask for a receipt so later on you can record it. So I'll leave that with you as a takeaway. Hopefully that'll help benefit you guys as you moving forward. Receipt keeps a track of all your money that's going out of your pocket because it is important. All right, Laura, send it to you.
Mine is, especially with a nonprofit, you know, the resources are tight, but there are circles and things you can do that's not a lot of expense. And one of them's, you know, preach the word. Tell everybody in your circles what you're doing. Don't keep anything a secret, okay? 2, you're passionate. You have a passion, you have a mission, you have a cause. So I know this is easy. Business owners, it's not that easy. But for nonprofits, it's a lot easier. Make sure your story matches everywhere, because as you meet them and tell them a story, they may look at your online presence, whether that's a website, a LinkedIn profile, your social media. You want all those stories to match. So when people say something about, do you know Cliff? They'll go, absolutely. I've seen him all over. And that story is consistent. So those are just some easy tips to highlight you and to raise your visibility.
3 experts, 1 mission. Your business, your answer. Strike Force 3 superheroes for your business. Tips, advice, and the right move. Bring your questions, we'll break it through. Strike Force 3, let's get to work.